special guest. Junior Moreira is here, so he's going to share a couple of his favorite techniques with everyone today. Mom.
A lot of times, since we're like smaller guys, we go and we try to do like a smash pack, boom, step under, start going, working. But the guy's leg is so heavy, it pushes us back, and then sometimes they get this hook inside. It's not here. That hook, if you start getting sweat, if you start getting clean, there's a lot that could happen. What I don't want to do is get here and back up, because now he has space for his lines to start coming up, he starts wrestling up, and I start losing the game, right? Because the game is like, once I start creating space down his pockets, right? His ankle, his knees, his hips, I want to maintain that space that I took up, okay? So the moment that I feel this shin coming under my thigh, boom, when he starts hip escaping, I want to align my head and shoot for the far tricep. So I align my head and I start shooting for the far tricep, okay? From here, he can do a lot of things, right? He could sweep me over, he could kick me back, right? Or he could try to turn it on this side. Okay. I want to maintain my shin pressure probably like on my hip in the middle of the shin. Okay? If my hip is under the middle, then I'm going to sprawl back. Eat it and go back to the underpass. If my shin and hip is on top of the middle of the shin, anything he does, and I have this tricep grip, I can jump over it. Okay? So once I get here, boom. Start stepping back, he gets this under, boom. I'm gonna start to lift up my hips and get this far tricep. Okay? I wanna feel which way his knee is going. If his knee is going this way, I'm gonna jump over this way. If his knee is going straight through the middle, I'm gonna jump over forward. If his knee is going that way, I'm gonna jump over to the side. But everything relies on his far shoulder. Because if I don't have his shoulder flat on the floor, his elbow comes, his hand comes, and when I start to jump, I get swept. Okay? So the little drill could be like this. I start to underpass, boom, take a step forward, he sneaks out, gets his hook here. As soon as he gets his hook, you see how he's on this side? I want to align myself, boom, now he's flat. Once he's flat, I find a tricep and put my weight over him. I can put my toe on top of his toe, step over, lift him up. Okay? It's a solid first one.
So now that you give it a try.
Yeah.
Clear all your bottom quadrant from
So you're
whatever
trying to work
pass
your pass.
to
That's what I mean. But it's not necessarily like, oh,
But as I'm starting to
I'm
come
just
over,
athletic and
he's
I'm
going
gonna
to hook
jump
that
over you.
foot underneath my
because
knee.
the way I do is
right?
going to be a little bit
And I
different
can't
than what you
leave
do.
this here.
Because you're like a lot
where he can
heavier,
sweep me.
right? So
I've
the
got to
idea
make this
is
hand come
more,
around
I'm aligning my
and lock his hip.
like,
I got to line up with his head, and then
so
your
my
free
shoulders
hand
are with your shoulders,
has got to
so my
shoot for
hands
this
are with your hands,
underhook
so
on
my
the
knees
shoulder
are
here.
with your knees, and my feet are
Now,
with your feet.
If I
That's
can,
what I want.
Okay.
Because
when
that's
I
just
go
a
over
general
this one,
top
we
rule.
want to make sure the other leg
Exactly.
doesn't get
That's just a general
stuck.
rule.
So
Okay.
see how I drift to the outside of his
You
thigh?
know, and we're not
That
really
way,
fighting.
if
I
you're
mean,
more
we're
in her
fighting,
outside
but
of her
it's
knee,
like more
here,
running
put your
away.
weight, then
Here,
now
I'm
you
like,
can't close, right?
I'm in it, right? So
So now it
my
becomes
idea
easier
is
for
to keep
me
you flat
to
the
weave
whole
over.
time.
All right.
and
That's
And I see how that works. When you're driving the guy,
That's
you
what
put
I
your
mean.
weight up front, you got this shoulder
Here, my goal is just like,
right over it. Press it.
yeah, like it, so if my head is here, then I have to be pulling your hips back. If you're neutral, then I'm neutral with you. But the moment my head starts passing your head, I'm pushing your like.
It's a different
I'm
thing.
pushing it like this, boom, to pass under your line. Boom. I start to do this, but you're super flexible and you start to shift your hips and get this hook under my shin. Bop. As soon as this happens, I square up. I find this far tricep, right? My head goes down and my butt comes up. This makes it so your hips are pinned and now you're flat to the floor. This hook goes around your foot and I hop forward straight to the mouth. There's that, the swirly stuff, right? It's only gonna work if the guy is on the side. If Because you have your feet, you have your knees, you have your hands, your elbows, and your shoulders, right? But if you're on your side, and if you know what I mean, I only do it if the first pass goes wrong, right? Like, if you're doing the first pass right, it shouldn't you shouldn't have to go to the second part, right? So for the first pass, I'm coming here, hands on the bicep, knee in the middle of the hips. I take a lunge forward, and then you see this little space. I switch my hip so it's like heavy on this hip, and I start leaning back, and right, I could start smashing him here to figure out the pass. He'll start to feel a reaction. I want to pivot this hook inside. Boom. If I keep my hand here, then I'm gonna get swept. So I hinge, twirl it around, center up, and then find this underhook here, right? Right now, his knee is kind of pointed out, and my shin pressure is like kind of low on my hip. So I could sprawl back, right, and eat it up and go back to my pass. But as I start sprawling back, you'll want to bring my hook in. Boom, beautiful. Now my shin pressure is like right in the middle of his hips. So I put my head, not even head on the mat, but I can put my head over his head. And look, I can wind this foot on top. And as he kicks, I stretch him back and I find him out. Like a pocket that you can now figure out submissions. Okay. So once like you don't have feet in your way, you don't have knees in your way, or you don't have
Pass these to run over the
Exactly.
get this done.
well, exactly. So now you're here, I don't have much. Right? If you pass my feet, you pass my knees, which are like my back lines in jiu-jitsu. Now I could only have my hands and I put one knee in the middle and I take a lunge forward. Bah. I reach back, I try to put this hand on the mat. As I'm doing this, my opponent goes to the side, puts his foot under my hip, knee. Bah. So I center myself up, find the far tricep underhook, lean over, and I could jump right over his knee, right? If you don't feel comfortable jumping, you could lean, your head comes down, your butt comes up, this foot twirls on top of his foot, stretch it back, step over.
This one, Brad, but no, but
Yeah, so look what happens. You start doing, my goal is to play here.
So when you're on your side,
Right, so
you did this hook thing, right?
yeah, so I'm doing like this, like I'm trying to sweep you.
And now I can feel where you can control that.
So do you see how I'm on my side?
Yeah.
Boom, okay, so now
So I
you,
wanna get you stretched out.
perfect, that's it.
This stuff.
Exactly, but you don't need to,
I don't have to peel this down.
yeah, you don't have to jump like that so much because you're already naturally heavy. What you want to do is get your weight on me so that I'm the one lifting you up.
What's a good way to put weight? Because I want to put my forearm across people's neck. I want to put my elbow in their sternum. I want to rest on a lot of painful points.
So all those points are like perfect spots, but instead of using like your bases, right? Because you're like a table, or like a cat, right?
Oh, good.
1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot move you at all.
Okay.
You put one on me, right?
Yeah.
Cool. But now you only have 3 on the floor, and the one that's
gotcha.
on me is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a wobbly.
And now you can take it that way.
Exactly, depending. So it's not as strong.
Gotcha.
So I would say underhooks are the best, and then for you to put weight, you could.
Underhook.
Yeah, you could use your shoulder and my neck. You can put your chin on my sternum.
You can use
I
your
don't
head
wanna wrap
even.
from the top. I want to wrap from the bottom and then drag you.
Yeah, like see how you wrap from the bottom, and then look, your shoulder pocket can go like right in my chin here. Bah. Do you see? So now your game is like you don't even have to jump or anything.
Yeah.
You just can't let me get sideways. See how I'm turning sideways here?
Okay, so then more of this.
So shift your hips. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. So the first pass, right? Let's say the first one works. I just need to keep him flat. I push down on his shoulders, right? And like maybe he's gonna squirrel with his hips, so I keep my knees nice and square with him.
Okay.
Right? Once I see the leg is kind of up, or okay, now he's
Working.
working this game, right?
Gotcha.
Because I gave him space here. If my knees stay tight to him,
No
he can't get
space.
that. Yeah,
Gotcha.
no space. So the whole time my hips are trying to be tight.
Gotcha.
The first pass that should work, I put one knee in the middle of his hips. I keep my hips tight. I lunge back. Oh look, I just put my hand on the mat. Kick his knee to the side. Right now I'm past his hips. I have control, whatever. Right? But people can see that coming, right? Or it's supernatural, especially if I'm light, that his legs are super strong, right? So I start to do this, they push back, boom, now I'm here. If he's on his side and I continue to give him pressure forward, he's gonna that messed me up.
Yeah.
So the moment he's going to his side, boom, I'm making his shoulders fly again.
And you did that with
I just did that by moving my body. You see, so look, I'm here.
Yeah.
I start to pass. He's on his side. Boom. If I continue giving him his energy, I'm dying. So I have to just walk my body here. Now his hips are flat, his spine is flat, his shoulders are flat.
I see.
You see? Now I can start to kind of come forward, right? And maybe he wants to defend a little bit. Boom. Perfect. That makes it super easy just to hop right over, right? Maybe he kind of has a lower butterfly, right? And he kicks me back. Boom, I could just, now my knee's back tight to his hips. And I go back to the game.
Yeah.
You see, so the real move is just staying parallel with him and then sensing where his energy is, right? Right now his energy is high on his knee. But if I back it up, his energy's kind of low on his ankle.
Or it could be here.
Or it could be there too, right?
Gotcha.
When it's here, and if I try to jump here, it's a long jump.
Yeah. Because he can
Right?
kick and follow you.
So here it's easier just to get back. Versus here, if I'm nice and high, it's so much, I have to sprawl so much to go back that I end up letting him be on his side and start taking me to church. Right? So the whole time I'm just trying to find my center and then executing whatever's in my way from there
Got it.
to get to the top of the mountain,
Okay.
which is his head. So I come here, boom, he's on the side. Okay, center up. Okay, his energy's high on my thigh. Let me just hop over. Boom. Now I'm chest to chest. Boom, this knee gets stuck. Okay, my 3 foot helps get out. But I keep him flat the whole time. Stretch him out. Boom. Now I'm here. Now I can start working. Okay, mass, arm, whatever.
Okay.
Thanks.